Vice President Kamala Harris and her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, are on a tour of key battleground states, and today they are heading to Arizona. Democrats hope their vice presidential nominee's 24 years in the National Guard will appeal to moderate voters. Republicans are raising questions about Walz's military record, some even going so far as to accuse him of stolen valor. The Harris campaign says it's all unfounded. The Republican vice presidential candidate, JD Vance, questioning the timing of Walz's retirement before Walz's team went to Iraq. The line of attack is drawing swift blowback from Democrats and military veterans alike. So NewsNation's Tom Dempsey is live in Washington following this for us. Stolen valor accusations are incredibly serious, Tom. Is this true, or are Republicans manufacturing an issue here?
Here's the thing, Anna. It really depends on who you ask this morning, because later today, Governor Walz is going to be on the campaign trail with Vice President Kamala Harris for a stop in North Carolina. But this morning, he faces accusations about lying about his military service from Ohio Senator JD Vance, his competitor in the 2024 race. And Walz also faces accusations that he may have left the military service to avoid going to Iraq. Those accusations, though, facing some swift pushback this morning from military media as well as veterans, with former Republican Congressman Adam Kitzinger, a lieutenant colonel in the Air National Guard, a military and defense news outlet, Task and Purpose, accusing Vance of swift boating, which is a reference to a discredited smear campaign against 2004 Democratic presidential candidate John Kerry. NewsNation actually spoke directly with the man who served under Walz in the Minnesota National Guard, who pushed back against Vance's claims and shed light on a conversation he had directly with Walz about leaving the service, allegedly before orders came down. Take a listen.
He told us that he wanted to run for Congress, and he was in a tough spot because he was pretty sure we were going to Iraq. We didn't have orders. We didn't have any kind of orders at all at this time. He was pretty sure we were going. I listened to him and let him make his own decision. Now, why he made the decision to go to Congress, I can't answer that. But I know it wasn't a cowardly move. I know that wasn't. From the bottom of my heart, that was not coward.
That National Guard member went on to describe Walz as a father figure within the unit, and saying that the unit sort of felt remorse when Walz left the service, Anna.
Yeah, so underscoring what he said there, I know from the bottom of my heart that was not a cowardly move, according to this gentleman. So, Tom, can you break down the timeline here? Did Walz retire before or after this deployment order came down?
He retired before the order came down, from what we've been able to gather. And we dug into his military career. He served 2 decades in the Minnesota Army National Guard. And again, this is all part of this campaign bio since he announced running for vice president here. But he served in the Army National Guard for 2 decades. According to Minnesota Public Radio, his career included being deployed overseas for a few months on active duty, including to Italy and Norway to train with NATO allies. Walz did not see combat, but he did file paperwork to run for Congress in February of 2005, leaving the Army National Guard. Now, a few months later, in July of that year, Walz's old unit was deployed to Iraq and mobilized for its first deployment that fall. The official campaign team for Vice President Kamala Harris responded to this story, saying that Governor Walz thanks veterans for their service, and he included thanking Senator JD Vance for his own military service as well, Anna.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.